how long have you been researching this kind of stuff anyways?
I don't remember. I might have been researching the same thing over and over again for decades.
So all those DT experiments, they didn't even scratch the surface of what could be done. The determination humans, or some humans, have, it can let them persist after death, but not in the way that we thought.
Yeah, pretty wild, huh? At least that's everything the kid has told me. A lot of it aligns with my own notes and theories, though. Every reset comes with the possibility of a timeline variation. No two runs are the same. Something always changes. Frisk told me sometimes they might get a phone call from one of us in Snowden, but not others. There are other times they might meet a different monster in the same place. They can change things on their own too, like who they befriend and who they don't. But I guess that goes without saying.
We can't remember these loads and resets ourselves, though. For all we know, we've already had this conversation before. Or maybe you're having it with someone else. There's no way to know for sure.
Not entirely. That was another thing Frisk mentioned. They told me that in the ruins, Toriel would always ask them which they preferred, butterscotch or cinnamon, and they would give their answer. Then, after they had reset for whatever reason, she would still remember the answer they gave her, despite her technically not knowing who they were yet. Almost all of us, apparently, had a moment of this deja vu with them. The best way I can describe it myself is recounting a dream, and trying to remember if it was just a dream or a distant memory. This could be a glitch, or an overlapping variable, or the timeline's getting tangled up for a brief moment. I'm not too sure. All I know is it proves this multiverse theory even more.
So this, and the Soul Scanner, and Frisk's 20 LV, does that mean that, in another timeline, instead of Frisk freeing us, they might have, and the glitch on the scanner is like us, remembering things from before?
That would be my guess.
Well, I certainly don't envy them.
Huh?
To have that kind of ability, that's like having an entire civilization tied to you, and every choice you make can affect them in ways we can't possibly imagine. And even if they did do bad things, technically that timeline doesn't even exist anymore, since we're all alive and here on the surface now. I'm amazed they're even still sane, to be honest. That's a lot of pressure. Imagine if everyone knew what they could do. There is something I've noticed, though. These notes here, there's something that keeps being repeated. Each word has Kara in it.
Yeah, at first I didn't think much of it, but the way the kid was emphasizing that, it seemed important. Is the word important?
It's not just a word. It's a name. Kara was the name of the first fallen human, the first human child that Asgore and Toriel adopted. You remember the story, right?
They were the one that died from some illness that ended up getting Azrael killed too by humans when he took them to the surface. But why are they being mentioned at all here, if this is them?
I don't know, but the fact that Frisk kept emphasizing that name in their chat with you, I'm not sure if it's a coincidence. Not in my right mind. Out of character. It's like they're trying to tell you that they weren't themselves, but they can't outright say it.
So you think the kid has a second personality in their head that's not letting them? How comforting.
I don't know. I'm just throwing guesses out there.
And what does that have to do with this Kara kid anyway? Haven't they been dead for a long time now?
Yeah, and they were also buried in the ruins by Toriel when she went into exile. More precisely, where the humans fall into the underground.
Falling humans woke them up again?
Human souls do persist after death, don't they? Maybe their spirit latched onto Frisk because of all their determination.
So let's say this was Kara in Frisk's head. You're also making it sound like they're a bit controlling.
Well, we don't know exactly what Kara was like. The only guesses I have are from the tapes that they recorded with their brother. In those, they sounded like the leader, while Azrael was the follower.
This is a lot of wild random guesses to buy here, Al.
I know. and it's too bad we can't just ask Frisk about all of this. Unless, maybe we can't ask Frisk, but there is someone who might be able to give us more answers.
You're talking about Azrael.
If anyone might know what's going on, it would be him. He's sharing a soul with Frisk, and he knew Kara better than anyone else. Huh?